Sorry about that. Hello there, and welcome to Daniel's Infinite Playlist. And this is the classic album review section where we basically review an album from the past. It could be an album released 20 years ago, or it could be an album, just released last year. And today we're gonna look at two albums, or more exactly two EPs, namely Ruelle's first EP, Madness, and then her second EP that's called Emerge, that was actually released last year. And for those of you who don't know Ruelle, well, she's an American artist based in Nashville, and she writes these cinematic pop songs that have been included in so many series. Like, according to Wikipedia, it's over like 10 TV series that she has been included, like her songs, sorry. For example, Titans, The Walking Dead, Shadowhunters, The Shannara Chronicles, and so many more. It's crazy, and I think if you listen to these two EPs, you're gonna understand why. Oh, by the way, Madness was released in 2016, while Emerge was released in 2018. But still, I think that these two EPs work perfectly together. They're kind of like continuations of each other and explorations in the same kind of themes. Anyways, listening to this album, these EPs, was mostly like this. So, I'm going to show you the album art, since there are no physical versions of these two EPs. And I think they're actually quite nice. This is for the first one, Madness. You see, it's a picture of her face, and it's very gray. I think it's quite telling of the music inside. It's very, very mystic and dramatic. And the second one, which is actually my favorite, from Emerge. You see there, it's quite awesome. And then you see a collection of cinematic songs. That's the undertitle. I actually like that. Anyways, now to the actual review. Well, musically, this album is, just as I said, it's very cinematic. It's very dramatic. It's very brooding. It's very, very grand. It's kind of like listening to Hans Zimmer's soundtracks, like Inception. The Inception soundtrack, everyone knows how it goes. It's kind of like, it's kind of like that, but you have like this beautiful voice that is Ruelle's, on top of that, and it just sounds so good. And I can just understand exactly why so many TV shows use her music, because it fits so well, and it's so perfectly produced as well. I don't see any sort of flaws or mistakes. It's perfect and crisp through and through. Both EPs are very greatly produced. I think the second one is better produced. I think the first one has, it's a bit more dizzying with its electronics, while the second EP uses them more sparingly, and I think that works even better. The first EP is more of a pop kind of album, but pop in the lightest sense of the word, sorry. And the second EP, Emerge, is more of a cinematic affair. It takes its cues from the ambient R&B and the very dark, brooding R&B's that's been populated by such artists like FKA Twigs or Banks, which I really do love as well. And this is even more like in the cinematic sort of way, and it's grander than these other artists' music. So yeah, the lyrics. Well, lyrically, this album takes its inspiration in the fantastical and in the mythical, because Ruelle, of course, she wants to pair like the grandness of her music with equally as grand and fantastical lyrics. And that is what I really do like. For example, there are songs about love, about falling, about having a battle, and you know, it all fits so well with the TV shows as well, and I really do like that. I think the lyrics of the second EP are better because they focus more on the personal influences on the character of Ruelle, while the first EP is more grander and less personal. It's more, how do you say, it's more fantastical. And that's why I think the second EP succeeds more, because it pairs, I mean, the grander instrumentations and, you know, like the sparse electronics, it fits so well with Ruelle's own personal meditations on love and rebirth as well. There's like actually a lot of a theme of rebirth. For example, there's this song called Genesis, which is really, really good. However, my favorites are actually the songs Emerge Part 1 and Part 2. I think they fit so well together. So yeah, what do I give this album? Well, these EPs, sorry. I give both of them an 8 out of 10. Mostly because I think there are so few artists today that actually work in such a grand production scale, such as Ruelle. I mean, the only artists that I can come up with right now are, for example, Lana Del Rey or Florence and the Machine, who actually shares a lot of the lyrical themes such as Ruelle. And also I was actually quite surprised to find, when I was looking in the net, you know, like searching for different album reviews and all for Ruelle, and I didn't find any album reviews. And I don't know if there's like no music publication magazine that wants to, you know, write about her, or is it because that she hasn't released a full-length album yet? Actually, I thought that the EP Emerge was her full-length album, but it's marketed as an EP. So apparently she's still making her full-length album. Because I read an interview that said that she was actually going to release her album last year. So yeah, maybe she opted for the EP release for now. But despite of not having so much attention from the music press, she has like a lot of fans. Like you see her songs in Spotify, like almost every song has like over 3 million plays, and that's amazing. So yeah, I mean, if it works for her, then it's great. And actually, I think that she's also going to get more attention from the music press when she releases a full length as well. So yeah. Oh, and also I was also gonna discuss a bit on her influences. She said that she liked musicals, and especially Phantom of the Opera and Cats, and she actually learned to play those songs when she was a young girl, and that somehow made its way into her own inspirations. And that's actually quite cool. I really like that. And also her name Ruelle, it has like different meanings in French, sorry. It can mean wolf or chamber, and that's also behind her her moniker. She's actually called Maggie Eckford. So yeah. Anyways, thank you so much for watching this review. If this was your first video of me, please like and subscribe. You'll see new album reviews every Wednesday and classic album reviews every Saturday. And also, as always, I'm going to put the artist links down below. Ruelle is everywhere, especially on Spotify, iTunes, and well, she doesn't have a Bandcamp yet, but I'm sure she's going to, you know, get it whenever she releases a full length. Anyways, thank you so much for today and for tuning in to this classic EP album review. Enjoy music, enjoy life, people. Hej då!